Gary and Sherry, we've had some wonderful stories about how people end up finding their cars. Yours might be my favorite of all time. Gary, can you share this with us?
Well, we had a son that was in Iraq. He was a combat medic.
And he's back stateside now.
He's back home safe. And his wife was in Afghanistan at the same time. So he would always call home after every mission to let us know that he was safe. So one time he called home, and I've always been like a Pontiac guy. I had a couple 66 GTOs, but they're priced out of the market for me right now. And so he called home, and I was bidding on a 64 Chevy out of New York, a red one. And I said, can you get online? And he said, well, I have to stand in line. I get about 20 minutes. I said, well, if you want to. So a couple hours later, he calls back, and he said, well, that was a nice Chevy, but I found a nice old Pontiac, the 1960 Star Chief. I said, where's it at? And he said, Youngstown. I said, well, that's a little closer than New York. I said, but you know, my dad always had Chevys in West Virginia, and I don't know if I even know what a Star Chief is. So that's how we ended up getting the car. And the story on this car, on the back, you'll see the metal tag. It says Raybuck, Struthers, Ohio, which was where it was sold new. And the original owner, from what I was told, in the middle 60s, the car had 27,000 miles on it, and he was in a hit-and-run accident and damaged the front right fender. He took it out of state, had a new fender put on, had it repaired, put it in the garage, and never drove it again.
Wow.
So the second owner bought it in 1996. I talked to him. He had the car for 8 years, from 96 to 04, and he took the car apart and put new rubber around all the doors, new brake lines, realized there wasn't any rust anywhere. But in the meantime, him and his wife had 3 children, and they bought another house, and he didn't measure the length of the garage, and the garage was too short to put this car in the garage. So he sold it in pieces to a gentleman by the name of Lorenzo Brooks, and he races Mustangs. It says Killer Brooks on the side of his truck. He put the car back together, had it repainted, changed the color to this emerald fire green, put low-profile tires on it, had painted bumpers, black grille, black bezels around the taillights. It's called old school look. So he put it up for sale on eBay, and that's when my son found it. So the car holds spatial memories to us too, because our son was in Iraq, the Lord brought him back safe, him and his wife, and we just feel blessed.
So to you from Youngstown through Iraq.
Absolutely.
I like that. What's your favorite feature about this car?
I like it because it's such a rare car. It's a 2-door post. They didn't make many of them. And when we go to car shows, we don't see another 2-door post 60 Pontiac.
I would agree with you.
And I love the style of it. It doesn't have seat belts, so we sort of enjoy that, but I sort of think we better put seat belts in because we do drive the car. We've put 10,000 miles on it in 3 years.
So it was pretty clean. It was pretty nice when you picked it up, but you did make some changes to it.
Right.
What's your favorite change you've made to it?
Probably getting the white wall tires on it this winter and going back to chrome because the bumpers were painted green. Didn't look real bad, but back then chrome was the thing on cars.
Chrome was cooking.
so by getting the chrome back on the car, a lot of older men that remember this car when they were younger, they say that's the key, is get the chrome back on the car.
I took a look inside and I saw some floor mats that I found intriguing.
Yes, I just happened to be looking on eBay, and because I'm always looking for things for a 60 Pontiac, and there's an emblem in the back seat that they did away with in 61, and those emblems are in these mats, and I found them new in the box. So we don't put our feet on those mats. We put rugs on them when we travel.
Great idea for floor beds. Your son spent his 20 minutes on the internet very well. It's a nice car.
Thank you. Thank you.